advanced the throttles, and the Mossy rolled down the runway, heavy with fuel. The western hedge rushed toward them, and a light tug on the stick pulled the undercarriage from the ground and into the sky. Racket told Grant about his new girl and her mother, like some radio drama. Then there was nothing but engine noise and clouds and heat seeping into the cabin from the radiators. When Grant had arrived in England, sent by the 8th U.S. Air Force to fly photo reconnaissance flights with the RAF, he had laughed at the British. The photo reconnaissance unit flew PR-1 and PR-4 versions of the Mosquito, wooden aircraft, plywood and balsa and glue. Then he'd flown one and stopped laughing. Wood or not, Mossies could fly. Racket broke the silence. You know why they sent us spitting distance from Germany, Lute? For photo recon? On account of General Eaker's new intruder force, using bad weather as a cloak for blind bombing operations. I figure we're prepping for them. Where do you hear this shit? Racket fiddled with the nav system. I also heard you saw combat in China, flying with some civilian outfit. Yeah, CNAC. What's that? Chinese National Aviation Corporation. You flew into war zones. Why didn't you join a fighter group? Because he'd lost his edge in Nanking in 1937. I fly what they tell me. Speak fluent German too, don't you? What's that got to do with anything? Check we're on course to find the IP racket. Because they were beyond GEE range, pinpointing the initial point for the photo recon run took all of Racket's attention. He managed, though, then edged into the glazed nose of the Mosquito to trigger the cameras and said, Looks like the med officer was drunk after all. The world below was a featureless white, cloudy as a cataract. We'll take another run, Grant said. Under the clouds. They took 2 more. Then a Focke-Wulf 190 dropped from nowhere, running at them from the front. Racket swore. The hell did he come from? Grant flew into the attack, turned the nose down, and opened the throttle. Another Fokker, Racket said tightly. Behind him, I see. Watch the... Machine gun fire pocked the side of the Mossy, the noise drowned by the explosion of 20-millimeter cannon shells. Damn it! Grant screamed downhill into a bank of clouds. Racket? Starboard side smoking. Where are they? Can't see beams. A short intake of breath. We're leaking glycol, Lute. Grant checked his instrument panel. Starboard's in the red. Temps rising and we're losing fuel. We're not getting back to England. Find us a... One of the Fokkers broke cover 100 yards away. Shit! Grant cut the starboard engine and boosted the port, torquing the Mossy into a thick gray mass, holding his breath and staying inside the cloud. Give me a hint, Racket. We're almost out of time. Head southeast. Germany's east. Southeast, Switzerland. The fuel gauge edged lower and the starboard temp rose. They wouldn't be back by dinner. The cloud cover finally thinned. The needle touched red, and Grant said, I want you ready to bail, Racket. I'm not going anywhere. Because after the navigator bailed and the pilot released the stick to follow, the damaged Mossy could spin and trap him inside. That's an order, Sergeant. Climb back here, then, and we'll arm wrestle for... Racket's voice turned tight. There, another Fokker at 10:30. Where? I don't... Grant saw the bogey and felt his heart catch. That's not a Fokker. Too damn fast. That's a... Racket raised his handheld camera. What is that? I never saw anything like it. Nobody has. Look at her go! A constant click whir. Racket snapping photo after photo. There's nothing keeping her in the air. There's nothing keeping us in the air, Racket. She's got no propellers. How the hell is she flying? Click whir. Click whir. She saw us. She's veering off and radioing for help. Swastika on the fuselage. She's German and too fast to... Damn! Gone already. You got pictures? Sure, but what was that? Some kind of prototype. Grant swung them into the clouds. With a fighter patrol for cover. Are we in Switzerland? A prototype? That thing is Flash Gordon. We gotta tell him back home. Show him the pictures. First we have to get home. We in Switzerland yet? Maybe.